Wooden press set up beside the barn door, white apples in the hopper from the orchard side. Crank it down and watch the juice run golden brown. Beer smelling the county for 100 miles around. Kids are catching drips off the bottom tray. Nobody going home till the last batch of day. Cider Press October, revival turning on the screw. Golden juice from everything the orchard brew. Cider Press October at the village jug up bright. Sweet and sharp and cold in the autumn light. Obelinster Glenham, Pulliam, Fool. Howard brought 3 bushels of his best. Wine, 7 stay, man, put the rest to test. When the blends run together in the trough below, something better than anyone apple can show. Sealed up 30 gallons by the afternoon. Everybody going home beneath the harvest moon. Cider Press October, revival turning on the screw. Golden juice from everything the orchard brew. Cider Press October at the village jug up bright. Sweet and sharp and cold in the autumn light. Some traditions hold the whole year in one day. Every jug of cider keeping summer's pay. When the snow comes and the field go cold and bare, open up a jug and October's there. Cider Press October, revival turning on the screw. Golden juice from everything the orchard brew. Cider Press October at the village jug up bright. Sweet and sharp and cold in the autumn light. Plowing Contest on the Whitfield farm. Straightest furrow wins the trophy charm. 6 teams lined up at the starting stake. 1 shot at the honor and the brag and skate. Daddy been preparing for a solid week. Walking rows and watching how the coders speed. Plowing Contest, Sir Dalvins keep it straight and true. Every furrow shows the man inside of you. Plowing Contest, the seal and the field. Straightest line is what the judges yield. Bled won it 14 years in a row. Said the secret is to pick a point and go. Never look behind you once you leave the line. Your eyes ahead and the mule will do just fine. And Daddy came in second by a judge's hair. Went back the next year and won it fair and square. And square, Plowing Contest, the seal and the field. Straightest line is what the judges yield. Tractors do the plowing now in half the time, but they still hold the contest every year and find something worth preserving in the auto straight. The discipline of looking past the gate. And Plowing Contest are the seal and the field. Straightest line is what the judges yield. Tractors do the plowing now in half the time, but they still hold the contest every year and find something worth preserving in the auto straight. The discipline of looking past the gate. The Plowing Contest are the seal in the field. Straightest line is what the judges yield. Kidder deep for sit you fulfill. Foot on 3 through the barefoot on the bank. Every brim I caught, the Lord I thank. Cane pole kid barefoot on the bank. Cane pole kid arrive in Cork, sitting on the still. No better classroom than this old mill. You shadow than this old chair. Black surf each can hear you if you shout. Keep it quiet and the bell come out. Cane pole kid or diving court, barefoot on the bank. Every brim I caught, the Lord I thank. Cane pole kid arriving court, sitting on the still. No better classroom than this old mill. All rustications that a cane pole teaches slow. Takes a whole summer morning just to know. Watching that red cork for any little dip. Waiting for the tug in the sideways slip. First one I pulled out was barely 3 inches long. Grandpa clapped his hands and said, "Son, that's the song." sitting on the neck. Every brim I caught, the Lord I thank. Cane pole kid arrived in Cork, sitting on the still. No better classroom than this old mill. I've got fancy rods and reels lined on my wall, but when I want to think, I leave them all. Cut myself a cane pole like with you. Tie the line up right, go back to being 9 in the morning light. And cane pole kid arrived in Cork, sitting on the still. No better classroom than this old mill. Cane pole kid arrived in Cork, sitting on the still. No better classroom than this old mill. Oh, Mr. Cane pole guy. White canvas tan on the fairground, lots said white. Sawdust on the ground and the whole family inside. The preacher's voice goes out above the wooden pew. Said the Lord ain't finished yet with me or you. Piano player hammering the old amber keys. Every song lifted up into the August breeze. Gospel tent revival, a Bristol body sing. From the oldest deacon to the offering. Gospel tent revival, I advise heaven coming near. Best week of the summer that we have all year. Brought one stick of taste, sister making forward on the second night. Said she'd been carrying something heavy, ossified. The congregation rose and wrapped their arms around. Best medicine this tent has ever found. 300 voices rising to the canvas top. Once that singing starts, it doesn't want to stop. From the oldest deacon to the offering. Gospel tent revival, I advise heaven coming near. Best week of the summer that we have all year. Rain came down on Thursday, Glyph so the sawdust through. Nobody got up and nobody withdrew. The preacher just kept preaching through the sound. Said the Lord is in this tent on solid ground. From the oldest deacon to the offering. Gospel tent revival, I advise heaven coming near. Best week of the summer that we have all year. Cold and the sweet potatoes cured and right. Mama making pies from the Saturday night. Baked them in the ground up through the early frost. Sweetest kind of tuber at the highest cost. Cream and a cake and nutmeg in the bowl. Brown sugar sweet potato feeds the soul. Sweet potato pie season redress, November's best. Better than the pumpkin and forget the rest. Sweet potato pie season reads orange in the pan. Best thing in this county since the world began. Church and upside, no the Bible since the vet before the war. 3 Mipley Maker car kept inside the second drawer. Says to add the vanilla and a pinch of clove. The smell of it in the oven fills the whole of the cove. At Thanksgiving dinner, it's the first one gone. Everybody reaching for the song. Sweet potato pie season redress, November's best. Better than the pumpkin and forget the rest. Sweet potato pie season reads orange in the pan. Best thing in this county since the world began. Some say pumpkin is the season's finest claim. Rosie, would you smile and say that's quite a shame? She cut you half the pie, let you decide. The sweet potato speaks entirely for its side. Sweet potato pie season redress, November's best. Better than the pumpkin and forget the rest. Sweet potato pie season reads orange in the pan. Best thing in this county since the world began. He drove a rusted station wagon, county road to road. Bible on the dash and a sermon for every load. No church of his own, but a territory wide. Set up on a flatbed and preach from inside. Farmers leaning on their trucks to hear him out. The plainest kind of gospel without any doubt. Tobacco Road, preacher wreaked out the word on the road, carrying the message as his only load. Tobacco Road preacher, all those come on out and hear plainest kind of gospel ever reached this here. He baptized Jimmy Dawson in the stock pond is there. Said water's God is everywhere. Never passed a collection plate his whole career. Said if the Lord provides, I have nothing to fear. In the winter or summer didn't matter to his route. He'd be at the crossroads when you figured out. Tobacco Road, preacher he dies a word on the road, carrying the message as his only load. Tobacco Road preacher, our revels come on out and hear plainest kind of gospel ever reached this here. He passed away one Tuesday out on Route 11. Somebody found a note that just said, gone to heaven. The whole kind of showed up when they laid him down. The plainest man that ever graced this town. Tobacco Road, preacher he died the word on the road, carrying the message as his only load. Tobacco Road preacher, our others come on out and hear plainest kind of gospel ever reached this ear. Everybody in the county at the crack of day hammers no but of nails or is for sitting him or haul from halfway. Old man Jenkins lost his barn to lightning in the night. Hey, hey! Said his neighbor showed up with the morning light. 20 men with the rafters going up by noon. Women in the yard and the fiddle playing tune. Barn raising day up, everybody lived together. Hey, hey, hey! Building something solid for whatever weather. Barn raising day up, neighbor helping neighbor out. That is what this countryside is all about. Hey! The youngest ones were hauling boards and keeping track. Old men cutting angles at the sawhorse back. By the time the supper spread was on the ground, 4 walls and a roof had been found. Jenkins stood back with his hat held to his chest. Said, I've got the finest neighbors and the best. Barn raising day, I've everybody lived together. Hey, hey, hey! Building something solid for whatever weather. Barn raising day, I've neighbor helping neighbor out. That is what this countryside is all about. No money changed hands at the end of that long day. Just a thank you and a promise to repay. And every man there knew the debt was clear when his own time of trouble would appear. Hey, hey! Barn raising day, I've everybody lived together. Hey, hey, hey! Building something solid for whatever weather. Barn raising day, I've a neighbor help a neighbor out. That is what this countryside is all about. Barn grazing, county and rural. April 15th and the ground is finally right. Daddy checked the soil, the temperature's in the morning light. Said 50 million degrees and holding fair. Time to put the corn seed in out there. The whole family in the field before the noon. Best day on the farm that comes none too soon. First day of planting the Rico, seed goes in the ground. Hopeful kind of morning going all around. First day of planting the reap, faith and never row. You put the kernel down and watch the wonder grow. And the brother and the planter down the eastern field. Mama marking rows for the kitchen yield. Beans and squash and okra, beets, tomato in the plot. Everything the family needs within the lot. Daddy walking slow behind the planter wheel, checking every seed for the proper feel. First day of planting the Rico, seed goes in the ground. Hopeful kind of morning going all around. First day of planting the reaps, faith in every row. You put the kernel down and watch the wonder grow. There is no guarantee what any season brings, drought or flood, or hail or all the things. But you plant regardless in the morning dew, 'cause that's the only faithful thing to do. First day of planting to reap, cope seed goes in the ground. Hopeful kind of morning going all around. First day of planting to reap, faith in every row. You put the kernel down and watch the wonder grow. Joy every morning at the pasture gate. Cattle waiting there before it's a lot late. In stay and swing the gate and they file through in line. Same order every morning, rain or shine. Then the old brown cow always leads the way. Said she's been first since her very first day. In Pasture Gate Morning, leverage cattle moving through. Same old path, the same way that they always knew. Pasture Gate Morning, labor street are in the herd. Something in this routine without a word. Daddy said the cattle settle a man's mind. If you watch them, man, the lessons they provide, they don't worry past the moment of the grass. Just the green ahead, read the tree, let everything else pass. I've solved 100 problems at this gate, watching them file through and leaving late. Pasture Gate Morning, leverage cattle moving through. Same old path, the same way that they always knew. Pasture Gate Morning, never scream our order in the herd. Something in this routine without a word. 30 years I've opened up this morning gate. My son beside me now to learn and wait. One day it'll be his hand upon the latch. This small piece of ordinary is our catch. Oh, Pasture Gate Morning, neighbors, cattle moving through. Same old path, the same way that they always knew. Pasture Gate Morning, neighbors, grieve our order in the herd. Something in this routine without a word. Stock pond on the back 40 in July. Cattle tails at the edge and the dragonflies high. Water striders skating on the top just fine. Showing off for nobody in a moving line. Daddy said, look at that and never mind the breeze. Those little bugs are living quite a dream. Pond skater, summer out Brazil, walking on the water. Best trick in the county from the good Lord's daughter. Pond skater, summer out Brazil, a light on the still pool. Nature's finest magic in the summer school. Frog and park and sap upon a spear with flay on the dock and watch them all day long. Didn't need a radio or a country song. The whole biology of that small pond taught us everything that we profund. Tadpoles becoming frogs along the bank. Bass rising to the surface, to the rank. Pond skater, summer out Brazil, walking on the water. Best trick in the county from the good Lord's daughter. Pond skater, summer out Brazil, light on the still pool. Nature's finest magic in the summer school. Now my own kids lay out on that same dock, watching the same striders round the clock. I tell them what my daddy told to me: the pond will teach you everything for free. Pond skate of summer, I advise you walking on the water. Best trick in the county from the good Lord's daughter. Pond skate of summer, I advise him lying on the still pool. Nature's finest magic in the summer school. January snow piled up against the window glass. Each cataloger out before the cold could pass. Daddy at the kitchen table with a pencil worn, circling everything he put into the ground come morn. Mama brings coffee and she look it through. Said that tomato right there is the one we grew. Seed catalog, winter and live is dreaming of the spring. Every circle page, a garden promising. Seeds catalog, winter and live is January cure. Nothing for the cold like planning what you'll grow for sure. Yeah, you spread the order out across the oilcloth. Why the beans rise, the sweets, the corn, your rice wash laid side by side. Budget $20 and he'd make it stretch. Every seed variety, a garden sketch. The order went out in a stamped envelope clear. Same company he'd ordered from for 30 years. Siege catalog, winter and live is dreaming of spring. Every circle page, a garden promising. Siege catalog, winter and live is January cure. Nothing for the cold like planning what you'll grow for sure. Yeah. February when the catalog is worn and creased, the garden in his mind has never ceased. Every snow outside just feeds the dream inside of rows and rows of everything besides. Siege catalog, winter and live is dreaming of a spring. Every circle page, a garden promising. Siege catalog, winter and live is January cure. Nothing for the cold like planning what you'll grow for sure. Bell hanging at the corner of the porch. Mama rang it at 6 just like a torch. You could hear it half a mile across the field. Every kid and farmhand made a yield. Didn't matter what you were in the middle of. When that bell rang out, it was time to come above. Supper bell at 6, we live everybody in. Wash your hands and say the grace and then begin. Supper bell at 6, we fire tables, got it all. Best sound in the summer. Half a 6 ring, lava upon spring or fall. Daddy'd be the last one through the screen door. Their hat hung on the hook and said his prayers. Mama'd have the biscuits and the beans laid out. Pork chop in the skillet without a doubt. 8 chairs filled and the elbow room was tight, but nobody complained about the crowd at night. Supper bell at 6, we live everybody in. Wash your hands and say the grace and then begin. Supper bell at 6, we fire tables, got it all. Best sound in the summer. Half a 6 ring, live upon spring or fall. My own kids grew up without the bell outside, but we still eat together and I still decide that 6 o'clock belongs to everyone at home. A family table's never just alone. Supper bell at 6, we live everybody in. Wash your hands and say the grace and then begin. Supper bell at 6, we fire tables, got it all. Best sound in the summer. Half a 6 ring, live upon spring or fall. Before they built the bridge on Route 54, 14 the creek ford was the only way between. Backroad people in their wagons took the stones right through the current on their way back home. You had to read the water for the depth just right, too high in spring, and you'd wait out the night. Creek ford crossing, read the water well. What the currents do, and only time will tell. Creek ford crossing, read the real stones beneath the wheel. Country navigation is the real deal. Grandpa said he forded 1,000 times in the Model T and through the hardest climbs. Lost a wagon load of feed and 40 hour prior tea. When the creek came up past where he could see, but he just shook his head and called it education. Said the creek will teach you patience and its station. Creek ford cross and eat, read the water well. What the kern's doing only time will tell. Creek ford cross and eat, read the real stones beneath the wheel. Country navigation is the real deal. The bridge has been there now for 60 years or more. Nobody fords the creek the old way anymore. But when the water's low, I walk it on the stones, remembering the people and their bones. Creek ford cross and eat, read the water well. What the kern's doing only time will tell. Creek ford cross and eat, read the real stones beneath the wheel. Country navigation is the real deal. Tractor pulling slow on the October ground. Hay wagon loaded up with the whole town. Kids piled in the middle and dogs' feet, legs dangling off the side. Best cold out of the old Southern County ride. Blankets on the laps when the sun goes behind. Somebody started singing and we fell in line. Hay wagon ride, rock beats everybody on. Singing through the fields till the light is gone. Hay wagon rider, ride us like October doing its best. Haystack and the harvest and the rest. North to Uppy Clayo goes past the pumpkin field and down past the old oak standing like a clown. To the covered bridge and by the mill, back around the long way past the hill. Kids pointing at the stars as they appear. Best kind of evening in the whole long year. Hay wagon ride, rock beats everybody on. Singing through the fields till the light is gone. Hay wagon rider, rockers like October doing its best. Haystack and the hardest and the rest. His grandpa used to drive this same old route. Said the fields look different from the back without a doubt. Every generation finding the same sky, riding in the same October going by. Hay wagon ride, rock beats everybody on. Singing through the fields till the light is gone. Hay wagon rider, rockers like October doing its best. Haystack and the hardest and the rest. Hay wagon ride, rides night. Cabin in the woods at the end of the lane, and gaff his time between the logs to let the wind and the rain. Great Uncle Chester brought his tools one fall. Said this old cabin needs a new chink in wall. Mixed the dolphin thick with clay and straw and sand. Worked it in the gaps with his patient hand. Log cabin chinker, mood and bruise, filling in the code. Keeping out the weather like the cabin's told. Log cabin chinker, mood and groove, every gap feel right. Warm inside no matter how cold the night. Takes a practice start to see where the weather gets in, where the old chinkins failed and let the draft begin. Run your hand along the log on a windy day. Feel the cold come through and know the dues to pay. Chester hummed while working from one end to the next. Said there ain't a cabin yet that can't be fixed. Log cabin, chinker, mood and bruise, filling in the cold. Keeping out the weather like the cabin's told. Log cabin, chinker, mood and groove, every gap filled right. Warm inside no matter how cold the night. People are like cabins in their way. Gaps where the cold gets in throughout the day. But patient hands and neighbors filling in keep the warmth alive through thick and thin. Log cabin, chinker, mood or bruise, filling in the cold. Keeping out the weather like the cabin's told. Log cabin, chinker, mood or bruise, every gap feel right. Warm inside no matter how cold the night. Chop on the hollow road above the mill. Cherry wood and walnut drying on the sill. Virgil makes a dulcimer by hand each year. Takes 8 months to make one come out clear. Sound hole shaped like teardrops in the top. Works so fine it makes the hammer stop. Mounts and Dulcimer Maker redrizzle slow and true. 3-string singing everything he knew. Mounts and Dulcimer Maker redrizzles wood and wire and care. Best thing made in any hollow anywhere. He learned the craft from a man who's long since gone. Said the tradition has to carry on. Every curve of the body traced by hand. Each fret placed just where the scale is planned. When he strings the finished instrument at last, he plays one tune before he lets it pass. And Mounts and Dulcimer Maker redrizzle slow and true. 3-string singing everything he knew. Mounts and Dulcimer Maker redrizzles wood and wire and care. Best thing made in any hollow anywhere. His dulcimers have gone to 40 stakes and more. Everyone signed on the inside of the door. He says they find their player out, not the other way. The instrument knows where it's meant to stay. Mount and Dulcimer Maker redrizzle slow and true. 3-string singing everything he knew. Mount and Dulcimer Maker redrizzles wood and wire and Old Ezra made his persimmon wine each fall. Said the recipe belonged to them all. Wild persimmons after frost in a crocky. Firm it slow and pull the cork at 6 o'clock. He'd pour a small glass for the neighbors on the porch. Best part of November, like an evening torch. Persimmon wine evening, rock profiles in a rye December. I'm in December and the glass, something from the wild that was built to last. Persimmon wine evening, rock profiles in, sip it on the stoop. This old holler has its own communion brew. Never measured anything he poured. Said the wild fruit knows the kind of vintage stored. Sweet and sharp and something hard to name. Tasted like the fall and tasted like the same. Every year a little different than before. In the persimmon orchard keeping its own score. Persimmon wine evening, rock profiles in a ripe December. I'm in December in the glass, something from the wild that was built to last. Persimmon wine evening, rock profiles in, sip it on the stoop. This old holler has its own communion group. Ezra's gone but left a recipe behind, on a page so worn it's nearly hard to find. But every fall the neighbors still convene at the old porch with the persimmon between. Persimmon wine evening, rock profiles in a ripe December. I'm in December in the glass, something from the wild that was built to last. Persimmon wine evening, rock profiles in, sip it on the stoop. This old holler has its own communion groove. Grove on the hillside every Sunday after church. Blankets on the ground beneath the birch. Devout eggs and fried chicken on the cloth. Cold buttermilk and the sweet tea and froth. Somebody always brought the horseshoes out. That's what Sunday afternoons are about. Picnic Road, Sunday here drew us somebody out, laughing in the shade without a doubt. Picnic Road, Sunday here drew us a blanket on the ground. Best day of the week this county found. Well, children chasing each other through the trees, old men playing horseshoes in the breeze, the horseshoe clanging metal on the stake, better than any prize that you could take. Young couples walking down the lower path, grandparents watching with a knowing laugh. Picnic Grove, Sunday here, Traverse a body out of laughing in the shade without a doubt. Picnic Grove, Sunday here, Traverse a blanket on the ground. Best day of the week this county found. These same oak trees have watched 100 years of Sunday picnics, laughter and a few good tears. The roots hold up the ground we spread our blankets on, the same shade keeping us since long ago and on. Picnic Grove, Sunday here, traverse a body out laughing in the shade without a doubt. Picnic Grove, Sunday here, traverse a blanket on the ground. Best day of the week this county found. And the ramps pushing through the leaf, first green thing that ends a long winter grief. Whole family heading up the hillside before dawn, digging in the dark alone by the creek and on. Smells so strong it carries on the wind for miles, every digger wearing it for days in style. Season, hollering guitar, the first green of the year. Best wild thing that spring has got is here. Ram season, hollering tops of dig them while you can. Only comes around on a short fire clan. Community rampage dinner at the fire hall Saturday night. Everybody comes and brings their ramps up right. Scrambled eggs and ramps inside meat in a pan. Nothing in the spring half as good as that plan. The smell inside that hall would clear a sinus out, but it's the mark of spring without a doubt. Every season, hollering tops their first green of the year. Best wild thing that spring has got is here. Ram season, hollering tops are dig them while you can. Only comes around on a short farted plan. 2 weeks and they're gone until another year. Gone as fast as winter into the clear. That brevity is half the thing I love, a gift from the hillside and above. Gram season, hollering tops are first green of the year. Best wild thing that spring has got is here. Ram season, hollering tops are dig them while you can. Only comes around on a short fighter plan. Cat took up residence in the smokehouse shed. Nobody invited him, but he made it his bed. Curd on the hickory pile, keeping everything warm. Kept the mice from the hanging hams through the storm. Daddy said the cat has earned his keep around here. Best hired hand on the farm for the whole year. Smokehouse Cat EV, curled in the hickory smoke, wisest little creature that the farm ever spoke. Smokehouse Cat EV, doing his appointed rounds. Best mouser in the southern Tennessee ground. name him Colonel Pepper for salt and gray. Said he carries himself with a colonel's way. Never came inside and never asked to eat. Just a pimp beside a smokehouse on his feet. Come January when the hands were at their prime, that old cat would yowl like he was keeping time. Smokehouse Cat, he beat Pinko girl in the hickory smoke. Wisest little creature that the farm ever spoke. Smokehouse Cat, he beat, doing his appointed rounds. Best mouser in his southern Tennessee ground. 16 years that cat worked the smokehouse wall. Then one spring morning, he was gone from all. Left the mice one winter and they didn't stay. A cat like that just figures out his day. Smokehouse Cat, he beat, curled in the hickory smoke. Wisest little creature that the farm ever spoke. Smokehouse Cat, he beat, doing his appointed rounds. Best mouser in his southern Tennessee ground. Purple blooms hanging heavy on the Evie. May has come again, and I believe the whole front porch is drinks that's wrapped in violet cloud. Be so thick the buzzing's almost loud. Grandma always said she planted it for me. Said one day you'll sit here and you'll see Wisteria Porch, beef, purple in the May. Best perfume the good Lord gave away. Wisteria Porch, beef, wrapping moon and vine. Some things in this life are just divine. A hip talk, she's been gone 11 years, coming spring. But that old wisteria keeps doing its thing. Grows back every year from the root and stays. Bloom for 2 full weeks and then the fragrance fades. I bring my coffee out, it's sit beneath the bloom. The purple light that fill the whole front room. Wisteria Porch, beef, purple in the May. Best perfume the good Lord gave away. Wisteria Porch, beef, wrapped in bloom and vine. Some things in this life are just divine. Their plants outlive the hands that put them in the earth. They keep on giving past the planning's worth. Every spring I thank her for the choice she made. They give me something purple that will never fade. Wisteria Porch, beef, efficacy to paid and I feel brave. Wisteria Porch, beef, purple in the May. Best perfume the good Lord gave away. Wisteria Porch, beef, wrapping bloom and vine. Some things in this life are just divine. Standing on a hay flatbed high, playing his fiddle at the county 4th of July. No stage needed and no microphone cord, just Pete and his fiddle and the open road board. A wind across the strings and the summer sound, best concert this county ever found. Fiddler on the flatbed revows, bow across the string, standing in the open air just doing his thing. Fiddler on the flatbed, write music in the sky, every note a gift from the man up high. He once stuffed the barge, he played the old reels and the waltz is true. Every tune that Appalachia ever knew. The crowd spread out across the fairground grass, didn't need a ticket for the music to pass. Kids dancing in the dirt without a care. Old Pete just smiling at the sight there. Fiddler on the flatbed, reed valves, bow across the string, standing in the open air, just doing his thing. Fiddler on the flatbed, rock music in the sky, every note a gift from the man up high. Hey! He's been playing that old fiddle 40 years or more, learning from his daddy on the cabin floor. Said the fiddle wants the air and the crowd and light, put me on the flatbed and I play all night. Hey! Fiddler on the flatbed, reed valves, bow across the string, standing in the open air, just doing his thing. Fiddler on the flatbed, rock music in the sky, every note a gift from the man up high. Hey! Every Tuesday at the Crossroads parking lot, people pulling in with everything they've got. Tailgates open, showing off the swap. The trading never really needs to stop. Pripetcha boost to Servasan, and quips and garden starts. This is where the whole community imparts. Trade in post to, they'll bring what you've got. Trade it for the thing you need on the spot. Trade in post to, they'll bring what you've got. No money has to pass. Good old on barter built to last. Eating the glue and stale Bizantines, Feyenoord brand, made the swap and shook the other's hand. My neighbor traded pepper plants for squash seed right. Said I grew too much of one thing through the night. Trade in post to, they'll bring what you got. Trade it for the thing you need on the spot. Trade in post to, they'll bring what you got. No money has to pass. Good old Gahan barter built to last. The economy downtown moves fast and cold, but the trading post runs warm and old. Value isn't always measured what you pay. Sometimes it's the neighbor knowing your name today. Trade in post Tues, they'll bring what you've got. Trade it for the thing you need on the spot. Trade in post Tues, they'll bring what you've got. No money has to pass. Good old Gahan barter built to last. Branch about as big as your thumb. Grandpa's pocket knife was where the music comes. Scored round and tap the bark until it slips. Best instrument from nothing but your whittling tips. Oh, cause top and hear the high clear note sound came out of nothing but a whittle throat. Whittled Whistle, greenwood in the hand. Best thing made with nothing but a plan. Whittled Whistle, regrub, blow it loud and clear. Sweetest sound in spring for the whole year. Have you seen her? Every damn child got one in the springtime, right? When the willows were still running sap and bright. He'd sit on the creek bank with his knife and hum. Make a dozen whistles before the noon would come. It's the sound of them all blowing at the same time there. 10 grandchildren filling up the creek air. Whittled Whistle, greenwood in the hand. Best thing made with nothing but a plan. Whittled Whistle, regrowth, blow it loud and clear. Sweetest sound in spring for the whole year. I tried to make one for my boy last May. Took 3 tries before the bark would give the right way. But when it finally slipped and gave its note, I heard my grandfather clear my throat. Whittled Whistle, greenwood in the hand. best thing made with nothing but a plan. Whittled whistle, regrowth blowing loud and clear, sweetest sound in spring for the whole year. Mrs. Abner lost her Howard in the fall. The whole church mobilized and answered her call, and covered dishes started showing up that night. Casseroles and pies from left and right. Nobody let her cook alone for 30 days. That's the way this county shows us grace. Covered dish with a right dudes, we won't let you eat alone. Every neighbor bringing something to your home. Covered dishes with a right dudes is not for one. We share the weight until the hardest part is done. Martha brought the chicken and the dumplings thick. Said Howard always said they did the trick. The preacher's wife came through there with the ham. Earl and Louise showed up with their sweet yam. Every dish came with a hand that stayed a while. Somebody sitting with her in a trial. Covered dish with the right dudes, we won't let you eat alone. Every neighbor bringing something to your home. Covered dishes with a right brief is not for one. We share the weight until the hardest part is done. Community ain't something you just find in a book. It shows up at your door and says, let me look after you tonight and tomorrow and beyond. The covered dish is how we all respond. Covered dish with the right dudes, we won't let you eat alone. Every neighbor bringing something to your home. Covered dishes with a right brief is not for one. We share the weight until the hardest part is done. Cabins with a breezeway in between. Best design a southern summer's ever seen. Dogwood trot the hall that cooled himself at noon. Caught the cross breeze underneath the moon. Great-grandmother raised her family in that hall. Said that open passageway held them all. Old Dog Trot House arrives, breeze between the rooms. Natural air conditioning through the afternoon. Old Dog Trot House arrives, breeze, wisdom built in wood. Every old design is understood. Logs were cut from trees that stood the ridge, each one notched and fitted at the ledge. Chinking kept the winter out on the north side wall. Summer let the breezes through the hall. The family slept one side ripped, the cooking on the other. Everything that mattered within a holler embrace. Old Dog Trot House arrives, breeze between the rooms. Natural air conditioning through the afternoon. Old Dog Trot House arrives, wisdom built in wood. Every old design is understood. They put central air in houses now, I know. But on a July evening, watch the breeze below. Through a dog trot hall, you'll understand the men who built for the landing, not the trend. Old Dog Trot House arrives, breeze between the rooms. Natural air conditioning through the afternoon. Old Dog Trot House arrives, wisdom built in wood. Every old design is understood. Cucumbers lined up on the kitchen counter, neat. Aunt Vera's pickling recipe complete. Garlic with biss and vinegar and salt. Every jar, tiny little vault. The hot lit ceiling with its satisfying snap. Best afternoon sound across a whole dang map. Pickling Afternoon, night rifles, vinegar in the air, dill and garlic flavor everywhere. Pickling Afternoon, a vibe for summer in a jar. Best way to keep the good things where they are. Dough and Stiglitz learned the recipe from a German neighbor's wife. Said that woman pickled the best things of her life. Bread and butter in diversity, every kind. The clearest brine you'd ever hope to find. My kid's now standing at the counter helping pack. Said this is how you always bring the summer back. Pickling Afternoon, night rifles, vinegar in the air, dill and garlic flavor everywhere. Pickling Afternoon, a vibe for summer in a jar. Best way to keep the good things where they are. Come December when the frost has won the yard, open up a jar and it ain't so hard. The crunch of a good pickle in the winter grade takes you right back to that pickling day. Pickling Afternoon, night rifles, vinegar in the air, dill and garlic flavor everywhere. Pickling Afternoon, a vibe for summer in a jar. Best way to keep the good things where they are. Siren going off at 2 o'clock on a Thursday night. Volunteers rolling out of bed and into the light. Farmer and the teacher and the man from the mill, all of them responding to the county's will. The truck pulling out before they're halfway dressed. Every volunteer giving it their best. Volunteer Fire Brigade, our breath through the call, serving every neighbor great and small. Volunteer Fire Brigade, our breath through the snow, pay at the end. Just a county worth protecting and a friend. Thomas the Palisade, the Hendersons' house on River Road last fall, kept it from the timber line, and that was all. Bobby Crane ran his truck to the hydrant point, put out what would have taken the whole joy. At the end they shook hands in the morning light, said that's what we're here for, a view of day or night. Volunteer Fire Brigade, our breath through the stand, answering the call, serving every neighbor great and small. Volunteer Fire Brigade, our breath through the snow, pay at the end. Just a county worth protecting and a friend. The station holds a pancake breakfast every spring to thank the volunteers for everything. But the men just wave it off and eat their plates, and we just do what any neighbor'd appreciate. Volunteer Fire Brigade, our breath of this answer in the call, serving every neighbor great and small. Volunteer Fire Brigade, our breath of the snow, pay at the end. Just a county worth protecting and a friend.
What?
The old split rail came down in the January ice. Both of us came out to look at it twice. Said, well, there it is, and there's nothing to do but split some new rails and start it through. Worked 3 Saturdays in the February cold and built something better than the one we'd sold. Good neighbor fence was built it side by side, 2 men and a rail line and the countryside. But neighbor fence property between friendship and the work and not the scene. He brought the coffee every morning in a jug, said working in the cold needs something snug. I brought the maul and the splitting wedge along. We worked in rhythm like a fence post song. Come the end of March, it was standing plumb and true, better than the fence we'd had in view. Good neighbor fence revops built it side by side. 2 men and a rail line and the countryside. Good neighbor fence, sweet property between friendship and the work and not the scene. The fence line marks the end of mine and his, but building it together showed what friendship is. Side by side is how the good things grow. 2 neighbors making something that will show. Good neighbor fence, revops built it side by side. 2 men and a rail line and the countryside. Good neighbor fence, sweet property between friendship and the work and not the scene.